pressure today comes following a CNBC.com report involving two women who are accusing former Nikola chair Trevor Milton of sexual abuse. One incident dating back to 1999, the other one dating back to 2004. A representative for Trevor Milton denies the allegations, telling CNBC, Mr. Milton strongly denies these false allegations. At no point in his life has Mr. Milton ever engaged in any inappropriate physical contact with anyone. And again, that's a spokesperson for Trevor Milton. All of this happens separately while we are looking at General Motors and wondering, will the GM deal close? Remember, GM is scheduled to take an 11% stake in Nikola. The close date was announced as September 30th. General Motors has not said whether or not this is going to close by the 30th. A statement from the company saying our transaction with Nikola has not closed. We are continuing our discussions with Nikola and will provide further updates when appropriate or required. So we'll be watching this over the next couple of days. And all of this raises questions about former GM Vice Chair Steve Gursky, who is now the chairman of Nikola, and he was one of the instrumental players in putting together the Nikola SPAC IPO and then guiding the company through its agreement with General Motors. We have reached out to Nikola. We have not heard any comment from the company regarding the status of its discussions with General Motors. But no doubt, David, this is going to be one of those stocks that people are going to be focused on to see if does GM go through with the deal? Do they change the terms, perhaps make it a little bit more favorable for General Motors to stick with Nikola? A lot of questions there.
Hey, Phil, some of the reporting that's been done around the due diligence that GM did sort of suggests that GM went in, found that their technology, GM's technology, was actually in some cases superior, but that it was Nikola that had access to the capital that was going to be necessary to get this broader effort off the ground. Does that sort of match your understanding?
That's my understanding as well. And what's interesting about that, Carl, if you think about it, from General Motors' perspective, the 11% stake in Nikola, that was the flyer here. That was going to be the element of this deal that could pay off. Yes, getting size and scale for both the Ultium electric vehicle battery technology as well as providing hydrogen fuel cells to the semi that Nikola is developing. Those were important elements of this as well. But keep in mind, GM did not put any money out on this. So if this deal falls apart, if GM decides to walk away, they're not out anything, aside from obviously the reputational hit that they'll take for people who will say, look, you should have done better due diligence to realize everything that was involved with Nikola.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.